Hi, Miss Jo Beth. My name is Carly Knopick, and I'm your student physical therapist for today. And so the first thing that we're going to do today is just check how your eyes are moving. So we're going to do a series of tests, and I'm going to just explain to you what we're doing as we go. So first, I just want you to look at this pen, the tip of the pen. And without moving your head, I want you to follow the pen with your eyes, okay? Let me know if you start having any symptoms or start feeling bad. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is very similar. We're going to start in the middle, and I want you to keep looking at this pen. I'm just going to move it in a little different ranges that I did the last time, but I want you to keep looking at the pen and try not to move your head or neck. Okay, how are you feeling? You okay? Okay. So same thing, similar. I want you to keep looking at the tip of the pen. We're gonna just follow with your eyes without moving your head. How do you feel? Okay? Not dizzy or anything like that? Okay, great. And then, so I'm gonna hold my pen right here. And what I want you to do now is whenever I say nose, I want you to look at my nose. And then if I say pen, I want you to look out towards this pen. Okay? So nose, pen, nose, pen, nose, pen. Okay? We're gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna hold my pen up here this time. So nose, pen, nose, pen, nose, pen. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. Nose, pen, nose, pen, nose, pen. Okay. You still feeling okay? You're not dizzy? No symptoms? Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be doing the head shake nystagmus test. So that will show us whether we have some further signs that we need to look into more. This is going to be an oscillation of 2 hertz, and we are going to shake for 20 cycles of that, and I want you to keep your eyes open in order for your goggles to be able to record if we're seeing any involuntary movement after the head shake. So we have goggles on, so there's no fixation, and we're going to start the metronome if we can at 2 hertz, and I'm going to have you tilt your head down a little bit, and I'll go ahead and help you out. So I'll count them out and just make sure once I stop at 20 that you keep your eyes open for me, okay? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, okay? And we are seeing there were more than 3 beats of nystagmus, so we need to look further into that.
So we're going to do the dynamic visual acuity test. To start, what I want you to do is I want you to find a line on here that you feel represents where you can see the best, and you just tell me the letters of which line you want to start on. So we'll make sure that you're 6.5 feet away, but that's good.
Okay. HZCOR.
Okay, so that's that line right here. Can you do the one below it?
OKDHN
Good. One below that.
ZONKC.
And the one below that.
Don't know.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with this third line down here because you got all those answers correct. Now we're gonna add a little bit of a dynamic element by moving your head back and forth. I'm gonna have a metronome going. I want your head to go back and forth to each beat. Okay. Everything makes sense? Okay. So whenever we get that started, though, what I want you to do is I want you to try to read one of the letters backwards. Okay. Starting from this side, moving over. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna start that. Alright, start practicing first. Good. Alright, I'm going to put my hands, just make sure you keep going at the right speed. Alright, go ahead and read whichever line is the clearest for you.
Let's see. SBKDN.
Okay, what's the
sorry,
one below
backwards.
it? Oh yeah, backwards. Go ahead, try backwards.
CZHDK.
Good. A little row below that.
I don't have it.
Alright. Very good. So when we look at it, you got to this level right here, and you originally were down at this level right here. So we went up, let's see, 1, 2, 3 levels, which is about normal for the vestibular system working correctly. So, very good.
So now we're going to look at another test, just looking at some of your symptoms again and seeing if we can narrow down to see what's causing them. Does that sound okay? Okay, for this test, I'm going to need to put my hands on your face. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, so first I'm going to bring you here. Okay, put your head down and make sure you keep your eyes on my nose as we rotate, okay? Good job. Don't see anything quick fixes, so it looks like that test is okay.
Okay, so we just got done checking how your eyes are moving, and that looked really good. And so now what we're going to do is put you in a position that could provoke your symptoms. And so we're going to go ahead with that. But first, we've already tested the range of motion in your neck, so how far you're able to move. And then we tested the integrity of your ligaments to make sure those are good, and also your vertebral artery and arteries in general to make sure that when I put you in these positions that we don't cause any damage or harm to what is going on. So we cleared you for that. Tested the way that your eyes are moving, and that looked really great. So what I want to do now is a test that's going to tell me a little bit about where your symptoms are coming from and see if we can provoke them at all. And so you may have sensations that you normally feel of dizziness, and so I want you to let me know when you feel those sensations and your symptoms come on, okay? So what we're going to do first is I want you, after I've already checked how your neck is moving and I checked the integrity of your ligaments, now we're good to move on to this test. And so I want you to turn your head as far to the left as you can for me, keeping your body straight. And then I'm going to place my hands on your face if that's okay with you. And so I'm going to go here. I want you to cross your hands and grab onto my wrists. And then like I demonstrated for you earlier, whenever I say, we'll go 1, 2, 3. On 3, we're going to go down to the table, keeping your head in this position. I want you to keep your eyes open the best that you can, okay? And let me know if you start to have any symptoms. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Down. Keep your eyes open. You feeling any symptoms?
No.
Feel okay in this position?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hang out here for a second. Still feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we're gonna go ahead and come back up. How do you feel here?
Good.
Okay. You can go ahead and let go of my wrist. Hang out here for a couple of seconds. Still feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna walk around to the other side of you. We're gonna
Okay.
test the other side, okay? I'm gonna take the trash can with us in case you need it. So just in case you start to have symptoms, there's a trash can next to you as well. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So I know that when you said you roll to the right, you turn to the right, it bothers you a little more. So make sure you keep your eyes open and let me know if you start to have any symptoms, okay? So same thing, turn your head all the way to the right. I'm gonna have my hands on your face and then cross your arms and grab onto my wrists. Okay? All right, on 3, we're gonna go down. 1, 2, 3.
I'm dizzy.
You're starting to feel symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang out here for me. I'm gonna watch the clock.
Okay.
See how long we're going for. Are you still having symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just keep hanging in there for me. Keep your eyes open.
Okay.
Alright, we're about 45 seconds. You still doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Almost there. Alright, we've hit a minute. Are you still kind of having some symptoms?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and come back up. Okay. You okay in this position?
Mhm.
Feel okay now?
Feel better.
Okay. So the right side definitely did provoke your symptoms a little more than the left side. So we'll go into some treatment after this.
Okay.
So our primary hypothesis was a right posterior cupulolithiasis based off of the findings that we had in the Dix-Hallpike test. We noticed on the patient that they had right torsional nystagmus, and so that's why we went that direction, and that's where we'll end up probably going with our interventions as well.
We also noticed on the Dix-Hallpike that it was upbeating, and then the symptoms lasted for more than a minute on the right side, and no symptoms present even after a minute on the left side.
She did have pretty normal loss of lines with the DVAT, but her symptoms were off, so there could be some underlying vestibular hypofunctioning that we can then work on after treatment.
So our secondary hypothesis that we were looking at is a lot of the symptoms were pointing towards the right posterior cupulolithiasis, but as a secondary, we were looking at potential cardiovascular sources to her symptoms. She does have a history of hypertension and cholesterol problems that she's currently seeking treatment for, and so a potential cause could be occlusion of her labyrinthine artery that's causing her some of the dizziness and other symptoms.
Or orthostatic hypotension from the cardiovascular medications can maybe be dropping her blood pressure, so we could check blood pressure in different positions. Talk about
Yeah, and then for our third hypothesis, we kind of, just based on her social history, it said she had just retired and some things in her life had changed, and so that could be causing some stress, so we were kind of leaning towards maybe more of like a psychological migraine dizziness symptoms and things like that that just come on. She fell, and with her career change, she just may be a little bit stressed out, and just extra environmental factors playing into her symptoms.
Okay, let's get to treatment.
So the first treatment that we're going to do with you today is the Simont maneuver. And first, me and my tech, we've demonstrated a little bit how we're going to do it with you. So you've seen, it's really quick, moving from one position to the other. So, you've seen it and you're prepared for that. The goal of this treatment is to try to get the crystals that are in your ear back into the proper place. You ready? So may I grab your head? So I'm going to turn you this way. You can cross your arms and grab my wrists. And first we're going to go back. Okay? 1, 2, 3. How do you feel?
okay.
You okay? Okay, so we're going to stay here for a little bit longer, about 30 seconds, to make sure that you don't have any symptoms. You still feel okay? Okay. So on 3, we're going to flip and go to the other side. I'm going to move out of the way so your legs can swing down and then swing back up on the opposite side of the table, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. How do you feel?
I'm okay.
You okay? Okay, so we're going to stay here for about 30 seconds to make sure that your symptoms don't come. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. How do you feel?
I feel okay.
You're good? Okay, so we're going to sit back up. Now we're go. Let me know if you start feeling anything. You okay? And then after this, we would perform the Dix-Hallpike maneuver again, the test we did earlier, to see if that helped with your symptoms at all, to see the next treatment that we should move on to.
Okay, So, on the last test we did, the Dix-Hallpike, it looked like some of your symptoms were a little less than they have been, which is a really great sign. It means we're kind of moving towards that end goal of reducing your symptoms and getting things back to where they should be. So, this time, I'm going to put you into kind of a reclined position, and again, I'm going to start with my hands on your face, and you're going to hold on to me. Are you okay with that? Okay. You might feel a little more sick after you go home today, but that's completely normal. We're just moving you towards kind of regressing those symptoms. Okay? Alright, so we're going to start off. I'm going to be here. Go ahead and put your arms crossed and hold on to me. Are you ready? We're going to go back on 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to stay here for 30 seconds. How are you feeling?
It's a little bit, but it's going away.
Okay, that's good. Alright, go ahead and release my arms. We're going to rotate back into a central position. How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, I'm going to stay here for 30 seconds. Yeah, it looks like your eyes are not moving as much. That's good. Seems like the symptoms are decreasing.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, we're going to rotate again. You ready? Okay. How are you feeling?
Good. Just, yeah, we're good.
Okay, stay here for 30 seconds. Okay, you ready to sit back up? Okay, I'm with you. Ready? Alright, how are you feeling?
Better.
I know that was kind of different moving in all those positions, but it's a good thing. We're moving towards, again, decreasing those symptoms, and it looks like, the crystals that we talked about are moving from into your canals.